gentlemen, we are proud to oppose this motion because we have the interest of society as a whole in mind. The proposition have said that they are proud to propose this motion because they feel that society has already so many problems that it is at a point of no return. And with this big issue in mind, I'd like to state the three key issues that have been raised in this debate. Firstly, on the whole point of privacy and parental autonomy. Secondly, on the opposition's alternatives versus the proposition's policy. And finally, on maintaining the integrity of the parent, on who best maintains the integrity of the parent and the child relationship, a fundamental relationship in society. Let's move on to the first issue, the privacy and parental autonomy. They've only gone as far as stating that, firstly, because parents have the right to other issues such as what clothes these children wear, what schools these children go to, they deserve this right. We have already told you that this is wrong because these are incredibly mundane issues as compared to what is written on the board. Then they move on to stating that what about the right? They start comparing it to the right to drink or the right to smoke. We encourage the proposition to recognize the fact that these are demeriting rights. The right to privacy and social websites, on the other hand, is not a demeriting right. In fact, it is a whole world of communication. It is a way for children to express. It is a way for children to maintain their privacy. It is a way for children to develop as children, and it is a way for children to maintain society. And it is a way to maintain societal notions. We have already told you that, we've already told you that this privacy helps the development of children, helps the key societal relationships such as that between the parent and the child, and also maintains the legitimacy of the service provider. In this case, these networking websites and emails. So how can we possibly give this issue to the proposition? This clearly falls under the opposition. Let's look at now their policy versus our alternative. On defending their policy, they've firstly spoken about the benefits of their policy, which we have taken down in all three speakers. Then they've also recognized the alternatives, but have failed to tackle the alternatives. We do not blame them for not tackling the alternatives. These alternatives are much better than their policy. But let me talk about these alternatives a bit more. They are able to reach out not just to more kids than a parent can reach out to one kid, but they're also able to reach to specialized issues. This is why alternatives are much better than their policy. And finally, let's look at who best maintains the interest of the parent-child relationship. They've gone as far as saying that the relationship is already bad, so it's time we give up on this and go through with the motion. We're here to say that this is a massive assumption. Not all of these relationships are bad, and even if they are bad, because it is a key societal notion, we need to strive to make sure that these relationships aren't bad as bad as the proposition makes it out to be. Then we raise the point of state mentality, where one person falls under the threat of another, which they dropped. Then we also raise the point that parents to maintain their duty of care do not need to go to such an extreme. They also drop this point, and because they drop these points, and because all of these three key issues fall to the side of the opposition, please vote for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the central question of today's debate was whether parents should be empowered to better handle a complex and dangerous online world out there, or if they should be hamstrung by the concerns of privacy. And we argue that the former is correct, because we should not abandon our children to go to those types of things. Today, two worlds have been presented to the audience. The pragmatic, concerned world of the proposition and the complacent, defeatist world of our opposition. Now let us first take a look at the world of the opposition. Well, this is a world where privacy of a child has a misplaced sense of importance. So obsessed were the opposition today in upholding privacy that they conveniently overlook the fact that children's rights are never absolute before the age of majority. And just so is the right to vote, the right to drink, the right to drive is granted at a later age, so too shall the right to unrestricted, unsupervised internet surfing. Now, should be given to individuals over 18. Now, this misplaced priority was particularly drawn because they forgot that parents had more sovereignty over their children from you. The parents who clothe you, the parents who feed you, the parents who give you shelter should also be the parents who have a say in your other interactions, especially on the internet. And if parents can choose to switch off life support, then why can't they comparatively choose to decide to unfriend one of your friends on Facebook? And they never dealt with the dance example, or any of my examples, about how people are being discriminated on the internet, except for men. Now this is a slide which you think that seeking guidance from a 50-year-old man in an office building which you don't even know is so much better than seeking guidance from your parents who you see every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, we we believe that parents can help their children much better. And this society is so paranoid about the distrust, the potential distrust between the parents and the child, that they did not realize that if a parent was willing to go through all that hassle of finding the child's account password, then the conflict already was there between the child and the parent. And the parent was looking to fix that. So why can't we allow the parent to fix that on their side? Now, they are the very embodiment of what they are trying to eliminate, ladies and gentlemen, harm. Now let's take a look at our world in contrast. A world filled with reality. We recognize the fundamental asymmetry of power that tech-savvy youths have and with their busy parents. We came to terms with the difficulty of constantly supervising these children when they surf the internet, and which they easily ignore. Our policy gives parents the best chance to protect their very vulnerable children from the exploitation, from the sexual manipulation that harasses thousands of people, thousands of youth every year. Our world is a world where 14-year-olds will never, ever have to stare at the barrel of suicide ever in their lifetime. It is also a world where the early detection of psychological problems is facilitated, and the interests of email and social network companies are also fulfilled. The harms of the internet are real. Choose a side that empowers parents to protect their children. They never dealt with the fundamental question here is whether they would risk 26 lives just for a child's privacy. This was the dance examples we did job. Ladies and gentlemen, the same world where a mandatory happened was this world of the opposition. Support the opposition and go with the world that fights for children's rights. Thank you.